The 2024 Children's Hospital Gala, intended to celebrate contributions to children's health, spiraled into scandal after Mr. Vivian, the event president, allegedly directed a derogatory comment at Meghan Markle. Meghan attended as a surprise guest, embodying her commitment to humanitarian causes. Her presence was meant to spotlight children's health, but Mr. Vivian's alleged comment, overheard by several witnesses, overshadowed this intent. What started as a celebratory night soon erupted into a media frenzy, dominating headlines and sparking outrage over the apparent sexism displayed by a figure meant to represent charity and goodwill. The moment's shockwaves hit the public consciousness with force. Within hours, social media platforms were flooded with comments, not only from the public but also from high-profile figures. Celebrities like Emma Watson and Angelina Jolie were among the first to voice their disgust, calling out Mr. Vivian's remarks as unprofessional and indicative of a deeper issue of sexism in charity spaces. Watson condemned the behavior, underscoring how such actions should have no place in events dedicated to noble causes like children's welfare. Jolie went a step further, urging a re-evaluation of who is given the power to lead charitable organizations and calling for greater accountability among those at the helm. Meghan Markle's silence on the matter has only fueled further speculation. While many supporters admire her choice not to engage publicly, others wonder if she may take legal steps to protect her reputation and set a precedent against such treatment. Meghan's decision not to comment is seen by some as a gracious response, a decision to rise above the insult. However, some believe her silence could indicate a more strategic approach. Legal analysts have weighed in, suggesting that if her legal team were to pursue action, Mr. Vivian might face defamation charges, depending on the potential damage to her public image and career. Mr. Vivian, for his part, has attempted to defend his actions. He claims that his words were misinterpreted and taken out of context, though multiple witnesses have asserted that his comment was unmistakably offensive. In the face of public outcry and mounting pressure, the Children's Hospital Board acted quickly, suspending him from his role while they conduct a formal investigation. This decisive step was essential to preserving the hospital's reputation, but the damage done to the gala's image is undeniable. Media outlets worldwide picked up the story, elevating it to a global debate on sexism, decorum, and accountability in high-stakes philanthropic events. As the story gained momentum, it was no longer just about Mr. Vivian's alleged comment, but about the unchecked power that some individuals wield in charitable spaces. Organizations that rely on public trust and donor generosity have now been prompted to reflect on their leadership structures and the standards they enforce. Such controversies risk undercutting public trust in these charities, a development that could have devastating impacts on their work, particularly when the beneficiaries are vulnerable children. As advocacy groups and public figures continue to dissect the incident, broader societal issues come into focus. Many see this moment as a tipping point, a reminder that charity organizations are not immune to the need for ethical behavior and gender respect. Women's advocacy organizations have called out the pervasive sexism that even philanthropic settings are not immune to, demanding reform and the establishment of ethical codes within charitable organizations. These groups are also urging public figures like Meghan Markle, who have significant platforms, to use their voices to advocate for respect and fairness. The gala's reputation may suffer lasting damage, as donors question the organization's commitment to integrity and ethical leadership. This loss of trust could have financial repercussions, potentially impacting the hospital's programs and the children who depend on them. To mitigate these risks, the hospital board is reportedly considering implementing stricter ethical guidelines and revisiting policies to hold leadership accountable. For Meghan Markle, the scandal underscores the challenges women, even those in prominent positions, often face. As Meghan evaluates her options, many believe this incident may embolden her to become even more vocal in her advocacy for respectful and inclusive spaces. Legal experts predict that Mr. Vivian may be liable for reputational harm if he is proven to have acted with intent to defame, a possibility that would bring further scrutiny to this case. This incident highlights an urgent need for reform within the nonprofit sector, emphasizing respect, transparency, and accountability. The lasting impact of this scandal will serve as a stark reminder of the damage that unchecked power and discriminatory actions can inflict, especially in spaces that should exemplify compassion and integrity.